Hey guys, I'm Mike, and welcome to the channel. I'd like to introduce you to the farm here. I own and operate, along with my family, Bodine Farms and Meat Market. We raise broiler chickens, we raise pigs, and we raise cows on pasture. Um, we've got a lot of things we've been through, and I'd like to kind of invite everybody in to at least see how your food is produced. I think this is a good opportunity to even show things on the commercial poultry end of things, and for people to have a good look of real life. Through all the negativity, through everything. But again, also we raise pigs, we raise cows out on pasture. And so just to give you a little overview of our farm here, on our broiler chickens, we have 6 houses. 4 of the houses are 60 by 600s, which house 36 to 37,000 chickens a piece on average. And then 2 of the other houses are 60 by 560s. And so together, we grow about a 7-week bird is what our program is. And so total, we grow just about a little over 1,056,000 chickens a year on average, I'd say. So it's a pretty good bit. And just to give you kind of a pretty cool idea of numbers, or cool, or I don't know how you want to look at it, but it's some pretty big numbers. So raising 1,056,000 chickens on average a year, a farm our size will go through right about 6,954 tons of feed, which is equal to about 13,908,000 pounds of feed annually. We'll also consume about 4 million gallons of water in our farm our size over the course of a year in our program also. So again, the birds are 7 weeks, usually 7 weeks old at slaughter here. And that's our poultry operation, which you guys will be able to get a pretty good look at. We're going to kind of go start to finish on that. And so the other thing here, we do raise pigs, we breed pigs, and we finish out our piglets. So it's a full program with our pigs that way. And we do that on pasture, and we actually have some new things coming up we're working on right now. Kind of excited about to show everybody. So a little experiment to see how it goes. I've watched a lot of channels and watched people do deep bedding in pigs, and so I'm kind of excited to after researching those old programs and how people do it. It looks really neat, as opposed to the moonscapes that basically get created from pigs just kind of going, and then every time you move them and you just can't find enough ground, it seems like it becomes dirt. And so we kind of battle that here, as far as pasture wise. So just trying to utilize the land better in different ways, and I think that this way is actually pretty exciting. We have a lot to go into it all. So pigs here usually are feeder pigs. We keep on average between usually about 6 months, 6 to 7 months old before they're slaughtered. We usually wean anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, given the situation, unless I have a sow that's something's going wrong, we may pull early. And through the channel here, you guys will kind of get a chance to see that. And so our target weight usually is about 280 pounds on those pigs. We try to stay between 280 and 300. And so that we find that it produces some of the best quality, best tasting pork that most of our customers, continue to come back for. So our hogs here, we do feed. We do feed grain. They have access to grain all the time freely, and so and we also feed our breeder pigs here. They get more of a ration feed, so that they don't overgrow. So we kind of keep their conditions, keep an eye on their conditions. So Cattle, we raise beef breeds of cattle here. Our cattle are raised out on pasture, but we do also feed different feeds of grains and things like that, and silage and stuff. So they kind of get, for us, we've kind of found we've done a couple different things. We started here. We did grass fed, grass finish, and don't get me wrong, I spent 3.5 years actually building that. And to tell you the truth, I mean, there was things that I have to say about it, and good and bad, just with our experiences. I find that the worst part about it is consistency. And when you're dealing with the public, and you're dealing with people, coming on a daily basis to buy meat from you, consistency is a huge part. So, grass fed, grass finished for us, we just, in the summer times when grasses were the best of the quality, you basically produced the best beef that you were going to produce for the year. The colder it got, the worse your conditions for your hay and your grasses got and stuff like that. And the more you fed hay, it just seems like the quality of the animal changed, some of the taste of the animal changed, and we just kind of found that, throughout the grow out, whether we were trying to shoot for a 2-year-old, which was pretty much the best that you could do. It seemed like for marbling, the best age around that for grass fed, grass finished. So we kind of moved the program. It's just something that for the time being, we wanted to get to something more that we could support, and without having that consistency, it just wasn't for us. And I know that, I watch a lot of other YouTube channels here too myself, and I understand the big movement for grass fed, grass finished, and I support it. Honestly, I do want to say that I support it, and I think maybe different parts of the country, maybe that can be done a little better, maybe more consistently. Maybe there are more breeds that we probably should have played with, but we primarily are red and black Angus here. We also raise Herefords. Here and there we have we'll take on some Charolais, and things. So, but primarily we're all beef. We do raise all beef breeds here. So, again, they are out on pasture here. We do a rotational pasture, and then again, they also get grain, through different parts. So we find that it helps. It's probably been our best move with beef here, when it comes to the aspect of that's what our customers have demanded, and that's what our customers return for, better reviews on it. And like I say, the biggest thing is consistency. So everything we're doing now, after we've learned all this stuff, is just, producing a good marbling product, that's very tasty, and it's not tough. And so, we focused a lot on that. And we do feel with pasture raising and grain feeding with that, and let me say that too. So we're not the typical where you're pasture raised and grain finished. What we do is actually pasture raise the entire life of the cow, and through the process from younger to old, we feed grain daily. It's not an excessive amount. It's enough to keep cattle coming back to. It's just enough to get our marbling right. So again, we kind of feel like we get the best of both worlds on that, and our product has really stood for itself, and the reviews that we get from it. So we're going to continue that model for now. Who knows? It's I've got some years to come, and we might change some things down the road, but as of right now, that's what we've went to, and we've had the best luck out of it. So again, stick with me here. I'm actually going to show you, we've got chickens coming in We got chickens coming in on Thursday and Friday. We've been setting up, so you guys have kind of missed that process, but from here, following the channel out, I am going to get you a look at everything from start to finish on it. So we're going to go down and we're going to take a look at the chicken houses. They're set up, they're ready for chickens. 2 of the houses have heat on, and we'll get down there and we'll kind of take a look at it, and I'll walk you guys through it. All right, so we're down here to the houses. We're going to go ahead and walk in here. Like I say, we've got 2 houses here, heat on, preheating, getting ready. So let's go ahead and walk in here, and I'll show you guys a little bit of setup. All right, so to start off with here, this is what we call our ante rooms. Each one of these rooms, every house has one, and you know, these rooms are set up with water, with medicators. You can kind of see over here. There's actually different pumps, you know, here and here, you know, for water sanitation, and administering any type of products that we need to give to the chickens through the water lines. This is our main computers that the chickens, that actually runs this whole deal. And so this is the brains of the operation. And like I say, we're in here preheating right now, and the alarms are off at the current moment. We just started this all up today, and so I'm kind of coming in here right now. I'm just doing a check, and so we're actually opening up the second brood, and we'll walk in here and I'll explain that to you. So what I'm kind of looking at is that we have an ideal temperature. Our set point is at 87.5, and it's to go off a half a degree above that. So that's, you know, so we should be seeing anywhere from 87.5 to 88. And if we're not, we're actually seeing those heaters kind of pop on. So let's take a little walk in here. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Overall set point is 91 degrees, and we're getting it warm for the chickens here. So we're going to turn on these lights. Lights in the house are controlled by a dimmer, which is controlled by the computer. And in today's times, I can control this by my phone. I can also control this up to my house. We have the capability of actually doing that. So let's go through the little steps here. Biosecurity, that's actually a chlorine dip. It's a dry powder, and we just want to step in that for anything outside that we might be bringing inside of chicken houses. And boy, is it warm. Alrighty, so it's definitely getting warm here. All right, so this is the setup. So again, as of this time, you guys have kind of missed the process of getting feeders down and you know, getting all the pans in and water lines down, and you can kind of see the extra feed that gets put out here along this side, and then we actually have another row over here that we put out once the birds come through. And so this is one house here. And again, this is we're opening up the second brood, which is 70% of this chicken house, which is like I say, 60 by 600. So this is a pretty big space. We do utilize these orange fans here, or turbo growers, and we utilize these guys. I've liked them since we've put them in. Just a little insight, if you are in the poultry industry, what we are looking for, and you're kind of questioning what we have. Basically, we built here on the Eastern Shore. We have grower select pans, grower select motors in this house. Again, we went to the turbo pans there, and our water lines are all Valco. These are broiler nipples. I actually do have one house that is a I'm sorry, they're roaster nipples. I have one house of broiler nipples. So these nipples here put out a little bit more water. The broiler nipples are just a touch smaller and put out just a little less water. You know, and not saying it is bad, because I think overall it's just, I think it leaks less. But but all the houses perform pretty pretty simple with each other. So but so this is so actually this alley right here is the alley that the birds are going to come in on. They come in on a Moffett, and they're going to come right down here, and we'll go right to the center of the house, and we'll actually start putting birds down. And then we'll actually work our way out, and then it'll go all the way through, and where you see that curtain down there, basically that's where the birds are going to start. We have another section of brood lighting that's actually here, that's not on right now, which would give extra lighting. Actually, our houses are equipped with windows. This grout right here, we are actually not growing with our windows. It just just the company's looking for something else right now, so it's basically what we're doing. Growing with windows, at some point you're going to see it. Personally, as an owner operator, I love the windows, and I don't know how much it really does for the chickens, or whether it helps it hurts it, but there's when you open these windows up, there's a ton of light, unlike you've really never seen before. So the industry went dark for a long period of time. Now it's going as bright as it can get. And so like I say, with the windows, it is really, really nice. Hands down, I would grow it every time, as far as that goes, because it is really nice. I want to say probably some of the downfall to it is that I do notice, especially when we place chickens in that type of situation, you get a lot of light in the direction these houses are. You get a lot of light that comes through the window, and basically creates like bright hot spots on the ground, just like if you were to hold like a mirror, a magnifying glass up. And the chickens actually love that, and they'll get right in that light, and they'll sit there. And really, I think that there's a point where it might hurt a little bit, just because birds aren't up and eating. They're they found a comfortable spot, and they're just chilling there. Whereas opposed to they might be getting up and eating if that spot didn't exist, and maybe getting off to a better start before they become dehydrated and stuff like that. So we've done it a couple different ways, but like I say, we're in here preheating right now. I'm really happy so far. The ammonia, we don't have any type of product on the floor right now. The ammonia levels are really good, very tolerable, and that's what you're looking for with this. And so, especially with nothing on the ground, we're just started preheating. We're just we're cooking everything here in the litter, and so I actually expected it to be a lot worse, and I think we're on a good end here. So, being that it is we are in 1st of June, it's getting warmer. Days are getting warmer for us anyway, so we should be running, temperatures should be getting up there closer to start utilizing fans faster, and stuff like that. So again, this is a 60 by 600. It's a 70% brood setup, and right now our target temperature is 91. Basically, the heaters are coming on at 87.5 and going off at 88. The reason for the difference of the target temperature is fan temperature, basically pulling in and out. We don't want to be battling, trying to run our heaters to the same level as what we are to start with our ventilation fans. So if we get up over 91 degrees at that point on our set point, then our fans would actually kick in and bring that back down to where the set point is. So it doesn't allow it to get too hot, and the heater set points are going to keep it at a point of where we want to start with. So this is just the first of a go around. This is house one. You guys can see there's a bunch of black things hanging on the wall. Again, in our program, we typically are running windows open. We have these huts. I have perches outside that the birds are going to be sitting on and climbing on, all that good stuff. And so so we're pretty much set up here, and we're ready to go ahead and get chickens on. We are going to put a PLT on the ground the day before, well, probably the morning of. That's probably the ideal time to try to utilize it the best that we can, which will actually further help us with our ammonia. And again, like I say, it's extremely well in here right now. It's really good. So I'm happy with that. It gives the chickens the best start off that they can. And you know, basically the ammonia is just coming up out of the ground and out of the litter itself here. And so you know, when you can keep those, and we've had some out times that have been longer, you know, than we've had, so that's helping a little bit. Ventilating the right way is helping, and this heat is definitely going to burn it off and do pretty good here too. So this is just giving everybody an overlook, and again, stay with us here, and you know, I'd like to show you around and continue on the channel as the chickens start to grow, as we get them in, as the chickens start to grow. We'll go through all of that, and hopefully get you a week by week update on things, and get you guys introduced to the pigs and everything else too. So stay with us. All right, so let me introduce you here to some of our, this is some of our breeder pigs over here. This is a lot right now that's split in two, between two different pastures here. I've got actually some bigger sows. We'll ride around here and I'll show you on the other side. And there's a lot of gilts in here, a couple sows that are still here, and that's actually over there, front and center there. That's our Berkshire boar. That dude there, he's a registered boar, and he's just as easygoing as they come. Of course, he's happy out here with all his girls. So we've had bought these huts out here. Been trying them out here for the past year. Absolutely cannot stand the farrow in them. We had a lot of bad problems with farrowing, and we even have the farrowing bars that go inside of them. Personally, myself, wouldn't recommend it. Didn't like it. Had a lot of crushing of piglets in them. I just didn't care for it. Personally, I'll never do it again. But they do make good. They make good huts for the pigs to lay in. I guess with the sun reflecting off of them, if you walk inside of them, they're pretty cool, and they shade pretty well all the way inside, pretty much all directions there. So they've been good for shelters, and but as far as farrowing, I would never do it again. So right now we're kind of middle of a project that we are expanding some of the water lines here to expand out in some pastures. We ended up bringing this out here as a water line here that's going to end up bearing a Ritchie hog water. We've had really good luck with those here, and so this is actually kind of a future expansion that we're looking to do, and that so again, like I say, there's actually two lots here split up, and it's a good piece of property here for them. And then we're going to give ourselves and kind of open up the opportunity here. We've got quite a bit of property on this side to go ahead and expand these pig lots. I really don't expect to see a whole lot of grass. I think after a long period of time here, they just kind of dig through. But even still, the pigs on pasture like this, even though they're not getting a whole lot of grass, we will substitute with hay. We do keep that in, and as we cut fresh hay, we also give that to them through the years. But at least here, you know, they're able to move freely. They're still digging in this dirt, and they're still eating bugs and worms and all kinds of stuff out of it. So we're going to continue to give them the room to run freely here. So again, we're adding on to this barn here to make a we're building a farrowing barn out of this area here, something that is a lot more useful in the way that we've been doing things. And this is going to help us a lot. Like I say, we tried those huts and just didn't care for them. Would never do it again. I think this over here, we've gotten an idea of exactly what we want to do and how we want to set it up. And these stalls are going to end up being 8 foot wide and 12 foot deep. There's going to be 4 of them in this structure here on the side, and then there'll be an alleyway, and then there'll be 4 on the other side. And we're going to actually put on this end here, we're going to go ahead and put 2 farrowing crates, 2 full systems, and the rest of them will just be box stalls. And we are going to equip the box stalls with different things to kind of help lead the piglets away from the mothers, to try to reduce crushing and you know, stuff like that the mothers, you know, that just happens, you know, unfortunately naturally there. The farrowing crates, they're not a perfect solution, but we do have we've got show pigs here also, and some of those breeds, they're just they're a little tight with moving and getting up. So some of those that really kind of need some extra attention are going to go into the farrowing crates there to have their litter, and then once they're probably a week old, they'll probably come out of there and we'll move them into a box stall once the piglets can kind of get up and moving around. That's the idea so far. So let's introduce you here to some of these girls. And we have a boar in here, which is a cross with he's a Tamworth and a Hereford, and this just looks like a dust ball of mess. They pretty much went out here in this water and covered themselves and have gotten themselves cooled off, and I'm not sure how well you can see it. We'll get better pictures of them all, though. They're kind of blending in with the dirt, but there are different breeds in here too. There are some, like I say, the boar in this pen here is he's Tamworth and a Hereford cross. There is a registered Hereford sow in here. There's 2 registered Durocs in here, and then the rest of them are crosses. And then if we move in here, right now we have everything under construction. We kind of have these guys boxed up. A little hard to get to, but this is one of our blue buck crosses here. She got bred into the Berkshire, which give us this little spotted guy here. So she's been in here. These piglets are 4 weeks old, and they're doing really good. And this is our Hampshire Laura, and she had a litter in here, which seemed to be doing really good. We have this little guy here. He is boy, he was a runt like I've never seen before. He was so small coming out, and now he's still small, but he's getting it. These guys are looking really good. They're active, they're up. This is actually one of those pigs that are very tight. She's not as agile to move around, and so she is a pig that we have to take a little extra care of, and and just kind of watch out. And that's what, once we start getting these stalls built the right way, how we want them, that are easily accessible, and all of that, it's going to be a lot better for us to get everything done. So, little project going on. So here's a good little overview of some of our rotational pastures that we have. There are 4 lots right here. The girls are actually out here now, most of them, and our steers mixed in with them too. There's 4 lots here, and there's actually another lot that's in between the chicken houses back there. And it is those are lots. There's a couple lots here we use for winter grazing, and we actually kind of lock them up for the winter time. So it's in certain pastures, so that they're not destroying every pasture here. We kind of sacrifice one area during the winter to go ahead and utilize everything the best that we can. So here are our feeders, our feeder cattle that are up here in our front lot. And roughly right now, I think we have 23 head. I need to count. We did just take one in, so I might be at 22 at the current moment. But they're a mixture of sizes right now, kind of scheduled out as far as through the year when they're going to be done. And we're going to be bringing more in here soon to start the process with some more. They've got a little pond up here that they end up getting inside of, and they stay cool. So this is, like I say, this is one pasture. They really need to eat this down. So here's our feeders out here on pasture. All right, everyone, so that kind of wraps up our introduction here to the farm. We hope that you, like our page, subscribe to our channel, and keep following us. There is, that was just a brief introduction to what we do, kind of an outlook of the farm itself. There is so much more that goes into it all, and we are going to kind of open the door up here and through our channel, kind of show you some daily chores. You guys will be able to follow, different things that we're doing, and even to mention, we so besides the livestock, we also do hay. And this year, I think in total we have 80 acres that we're doing, and so you'll get to see some of that process also. So like I say, follow our page, subscribe to our channel, and we hope to see you guys in the future.